Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, we are doing a vintage crock pot recipe from my Rival Crock Pot cooking cookbook from 1975. All right, if you're new here, hi, I'm Claire. Welcome. Come in, make yourselves comfortable. I love a bit of cooking, especially vintage cooking. I have a great collection of these old cookbooks. I have lots of recipes like this. I will leave a playlist of all of them down below. If you want to get down on some weird 1950s casseroles and weird stuff like that, you will find it all in the playlist. You guys seem really to love these vintage crock pot recipes, and you guys, if you've been watching, if you've been following along, if you've seen some of the other recipes out of this book, you'll know that my goal in life was to get one of these vintage crock pots. And I found one. I did make a whole thrift haul of the day that I found it, because of course I found it at a thrift store. And today, we're gonna use it. I'm so excited. I only paid $8. So there's a lot of interesting things in this cookbook. However, we are coming upon the fall times, and in the fall is when we start preparing for all of the holidays. So I wanted really badly to make something like that could be a holiday meal. And I thought, why not a ham? So I found a very interesting one. It is called Ham and Cola, because everyone knows Coca-Cola is best enjoyed with ham. So there's only a few ingredients in this recipe, not a lot. We got brown sugar, mustard, horseradish, cola type drink, but obviously we're using Coca-Cola, and a 3 to 4 pound pre-cooked ham. All those ingredients I could get quite easily, and honestly, I popped into Rite Aid earlier to grab my Coca-Cola, and they had it in glass bottles. So we are really sticking to this original recipe here with the Coca-Cola in a glass bottle. And with that, let's get this ham going so I can feed it to my family for dinner. All right, like I already noted, this is not very many ingredients, and a lot of these things most people just have laying around. I will say though that it is ground mustard that we're using, not like the squeezable condiment type of mustard. Hopefully I have enough in there. Honestly, I use ground mustard in almost everything that I add spices to. I love ground mustard, so I always keep that in the house. Also, I've actually not plugged this crock pot in yet, so hopefully it works. I did have to give it a good bath. And of course, these old ones, the inserts, like, they don't come out. They're like all one piece, so it's kind of a pain in the butt to clean. But I'm in it to win it. I'm gonna risk it for the biscuit. We're gonna do this. All right, so what we're gonna do is combine the horseradish, the mustard, and the brown sugar together. Here we have half a cup of brown sugar. To this, we're gonna add a teaspoon of the mustard. Oh, I think I'm gonna have just enough. Whew, I got lucky. Gotta put that on my shopping list. Now I'm gonna add a teaspoon of my horseradish. Luckily, it was Aldi's German week, so I got this great, like, German style creamy horseradish. That's not something I usually keep in the house, but you know, I do now. Also, I think it's funny, a lot of these old recipes have the most tiny amounts of like flavor additives. Like, that is such a small amount of horseradish. It's tiny. All right, now we're going to mix this together. Ugh. This is so weird. Next, the recipe calls for 1/4 cup of Coke, but we are going to add just enough to this to moisten it to make a smooth paste, and then we're going to reserve the rest. Again, that seems like such a tiny amount of Coca-Cola, 1/4 cup. Just enough to moisten it. I don't feel like it's going to be a smooth paste, but it's just not really in the nature of sugar to be that smooth, but like, I think I know what they're trying to say. All right, now it's time to rub this all over our ham. I was actually surprised at how expensive this little ham was. I went to Aldi first and I was like, that seems expensive. So I went to Meijer and it was more expensive. And I should have known that that's what was gonna happen. But I paid something like $9 for this 3 pound ham. I did not think that was a great deal. Anyway, we're coating the ham. I'm not gonna lie, I've actually never made a ham. Ever. I mean, I've like used ham in other recipes, but I've never just like made a ham as like my main dish. Ugh, yeah, I gotta use my hands. Ah! I feel like everyone's gonna come for me in the comments telling me what a terrible job I'm doing. Please just keep it to yourself if you think this is bad. I want it to stick on there, but my ham is moist. Ugh. I'm sorry if this is not the ASMR you were expecting. Looks good. I mean, once it's in there, I can throw the other bits on, right? All right, we're gonna put it in the crock pot now. I'm gonna like try and, you know, like shove it down in there because I want the Coca-Cola to really get in there. I don't know. Now we're gonna do the rest of our teeny tiny amount of Coca-Cola on top. Just gonna get that right in there. And now we are gonna cook it on low for 6 to 7 hours. And hopefully it gets hot. If I need to, I could put it in my modern crock pot, but I really want this to work. There is nothing better than Coca-Cola out of a glass bottle. All right, it has been about 6.5 hours, and I'm very happy to report that this 40-plus-year-old appliance works perfectly fine. It has heated the ham all day long. I'm ecstatic that it is working. And now we're going to slice the ham. We're gonna pour the juices over it, and we're gonna serve it with a side of mashed potatoes. All right, there she goes. I mean, it smells pretty good. I mean, it smells kind of like soda, but like also kind of just like sugar. Okay, so we've got our little like cola-y juices down here. And I'm just going to pour that right on top. Don't want my ham to get dried out. All right, you guys. It's time to plate this up and give it a try. Wow. Beautiful. All right, dear, are you ready for some ham?
Yeah. Oh, it's tender. It's not bad.
It's pretty good. It is quite sugary. It is quite sweet.
Yeah.
But in like a really good way.
In a way that ham should.
In a ham way, you know? Wow. It's super juicy. That crock pot totally worked great. Like, that's a really old crock pot.
Yeah. How did you make it?
Well, with old-fashioned Coca-Cola, of course.
What?
Which my mom used to make like a Coca-Cola chicken recipe in the crock pot when I was little. So it wasn't that weird to me because I know like you can mix it with barbecue sauce and like a cola flavor is like pretty good in some other, you know, uses besides sodas. But really, I think the horseradish here is really, I don't want to say the star of the show, but it's really the supporting character here for the ham. Because it's not overpowering. I'm like not a horseradish fan. Like you don't, like that's not an overwhelming flavor for you, right?
No, it's perfect. It's really balanced.
You couldn't be like, oh, this is horseradish in here.
No.
But it's like enough of a...
I didn't know until you said.
A support that is just bringing it lots of great flavor.
That's good.
I think maybe if I did this again, I would maybe add some like liquid smoke or maybe smoked paprika, something maybe a little smoky to add just another dimension there. But honestly, I love the idea of using soda, like cola, to cook with.
It's good.
It's good. Well, there you go, Gianni. I didn't make you something terrible with ham this time.
Wow.
Because our last ham adventure was the worst adventure. Alright, you guys, that's it for this video. I know it was fast and easy, but that's because this recipe was fast and easy. Leave me a comment down below. Do you make ham in your slow cooker? Is this something that everyone is doing at the holidays? Because honestly, it's really nice to do like your main meat in a slow cooker because then your oven is free for all the sides. And like that's always the biggest problem. Be sure to check out that playlist down below with all my other vintage recipes. And yeah, See you later. Bye.